Hi. Today's video is going to be very different from the usual ones I have on my channel. I decided to do a 2024 reading wrap up, and I thought it would be a great way to introduce books onto this channel. So may not be for everyone, but I hope you enjoy it regardless if you stay and watch. This will be a little disorganized. I've never done a 2024 wrap up. I think I will start off with a kind of recap about who I am as a reader. So start off by saying I've been reading my entire life. I've been a reader since I was a kid. It's just something I've always kind of done. I stopped reading, well, I've been reading all my life. I kind of stopped reading during high school. I didn't re-pick it up until early 2021. Been a very consistent reader from 2021 to 2024, 2025. I've been using Storygraph since 2021. I know a lot of people use Goodreads. It just didn't work for me, so Storygraph is where I've been. I will also be using Storygraph's wrap up and stats to kind of talk about my 2024 wrap up. Yeah. Again, if this is a little messy, awkward, it's random, it's because I'm new at this, so give me some grace. So, I'm going to also talk about my rating system because everyone's rating system is a little different. I kind of adopted this. I've adopted someone else's rating standards, found it on Reddit back in 2021. Again, when I re-picked up the hobby, I thought this worked well for me and my reading style. So which is why I use it. I would say I don't like critiquing books too much. I've always just been a mood reader. If I liked a book, I liked a book. If I didn't, I didn't. I really didn't talk to anyone about it. Just very internal, which is kind of why I chose this rating style. So, here goes. It's from Grice and Maxim from Reddit. But 1 star is did not finish the book, and I don't think I've ever given anyone a 1 star. Again, not super critical. I do not like not finishing books. It's a habit I'm trying to break because sometimes it does in fact get me into a slump. But as of right now, I have not really DNF'd anything. 2 stars is finished the book but disliked it. Hardly give anything 2 stars. I realized I have lately, I feel a little more comfortable expressing my dislike in the book. It doesn't mean that it's a bad book. It doesn't mean that others don't love the book. It just means that personally it didn't work for me. 3 stars is the book was fine. I have nothing particularly good or particularly bad to say about it. 4 stars is I enjoyed the book and would recommend it to somebody who I know is interested in the genre or at least the trope. If someone asks me for recommendations in a specific area, I'll probably recommend this book, which is what a 4 stars is. I enjoyed it. It's in my head for future recommendations. And then 5 star is I love the book or was particularly moved by it and will recommend it to anyone. That is my rating. So hopefully that gives you an insight into my book's style and preferences. Anyways, let's get into the actual stats. So 2024, my reading goal was to read 80 books. It was very ambitious. It definitely was an increase from 2023. I actually read 82 books. So basically, I did exceed my goal. Very surprising for the life that I kind of lived last year. The genres I tend to focus more on is fiction. I'm heavily a fiction reader. I do want to venture out into nonfiction, but most of the nonfiction I've read last year were memoirs. But yes, a lot of the top genres that I'm about to share fall within the fiction category, so it kind of makes sense. My top genres for 2024 were romance with 58, contemporary with 45, young adult with 20 books, fantasy with 14, and historical with 10. So definitely fiction genres. I've been a romance reader since I was young, so it's like my comfort genre. I love it so much, and I'm probably not going to stray from it anytime soon, but I definitely will open up the genres, I think, in 2025. The book style I tend to read the most is, according to my stats, it was 72% digital, 27% print, and 1% audio. My top authors, according to what I read last year, please don't criticize me for number one. I was doing a Harry Potter reread, so J.K. Rowling is the top author from last year. And then it was Alice Oseman with 5. And then Ali Hazelwood with 5 as well. My 2024 average rating for the year was 3.62. If you look at my star ratings, I definitely tend to go with the 3 to 4 range. That kind of is where my ratings fall under. I'm hoping to definitely try and see if I can get 4 to 5 star within this year. I think it would be great to kind of read books that I particularly really enjoyed. I tend to read my page numbers, the length of my books tend to fall under the 300 to 499 page length. Shorter books come second, and 500 plus comes last. I'm not much of a big book reader. I think a lot of series like fiction, fantasy tends to be in the higher range, and I'm not the biggest fantasy reader. Another thing I kind of want to explore in 2025, so we'll see. And then my pace tends to also fall within the medium range, with fast coming in after and then slow at the end. So definitely a medium paced, medium length book reader. I just think it works best for me. So according to Storygraphs, the longest book I've read was Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix with 766 pages. And the shortest book I read was A Modest Proposal by Jonathan Swift with only 48 pages. Also, according to Storygraph, the average length of the books I read were 330 pages, and it took me around 6 days to finish each book. So yes, it takes me about a week to finish each book, which kind of makes sense. But the book with the least time spent was Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood, which was only a day. And then the most time spent was 67 days, which was Wild Love by Elsie Silver. The only reason I believe this one took me a while was because I kind of pushed it to the side. The only reason books take me really, if it's longer than 2 weeks, it's probably because I've kind of temporarily DNF'd or temporarily paused my reading, or sometimes life is just too crazy that I only read like 1 or 2 pages a day, and it tends to go over. The only 5-star reads I guess I have is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I think that's a classic. Can anyone blame me? And The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I loved the book. I just thought it was really unique and good, and of course there's a touch of romance in there, and it really fit. I loved it. Some, I guess, other stats I can get into that Storygraph gives me in my reading wrap up is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone again is the most shelved with 736,000 users. The least shelved was Brahma's Kept by Jodi Allen Bryce with only 64 users. The highest rating was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which was 4.63. Oh, I guess I did DNF a book this last year. It was Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I don't exactly remember why I DNF'd it. Probably just didn't fit what I was looking for at the moment. I guess we can get into my 2024 at a glance. My first book of the year was Icebreaker. Holiday Romance, Snowed In, Women Don't Owe You Pretty, Under One Roof, Below Zero, Same Time Next Year, The Exception to the Rule, The Rebound, Stuck With You, This Is Where It Ends, I'll Give You the Sun, Everything, Everything, All the Bright Places, The Ones We're Meant to Find, Me at the Lake, My Sister the Serial Killer, Edinburgh, Jody, Promise Kept, The Witch's Heart, The Duke and I, Accidentally Engaged, Heartbreak for Hire, Every Summer After, Once More with Feeling, The Viscount Who Loved Me, The Offer of a Gentleman, The Night Circus, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, Things They Carried, One True Loves, All's Well, The Summer of Broken Rules, Nora Goes Off Script, To Sir Philip with Love, Shatter Me, The Spare Room, Bride, The Friend Zone, Soulmate Equation, Begin Again, The Rom-Commers, Summer Romance, Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Not in Love, Done and Dusted, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Maybe in Another Life, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Hufflepuff Prince, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Wild Love, Heartstopper 1 and Heartstopper 2, Pride and Prejudice, Heartstopper 3, Of Mice and Men, Heartstopper 4, Heartstopper 5, Destroy Me, Princess in Pink, Galatea, A Midsummer's Night's Dream, Modest Proposal, Snow White with the Red Hair, Swift and Saddled, The Hacienda, The Printed Letter Bookshop, Off to the Races, Out of the Gate, Vampires of El Norte, A Dark and Secret Magic, Spellbooked, The Do-Over, Out on a Limb, The Unmaking of June Farrow, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, The Christmas Tree Farm, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, and my final book, My December Darling. So yeah, those were my books. My favorite of the year probably would be The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. Was really great, and so was The Unmaking of June Farrow. I think those were probably my favorites this year. I think my least favorite would definitely be Same Time Next Year, apparently. That's the only 1-star book I have here. I wasn't the biggest fan of Out on a Limb. I know it's really popular, just didn't really hit for me. But yeah, those were my least favorite. Any last minute things I guess I want to mention? Oh, okay. So for 2025, I'm hoping to definitely venture out more on genres. I don't technically have a 2025 TBR. I think I definitely just want to get through some of the books I already have on my TBR. Maybe pick up some series. I've never been I'm the type of person who, if I read a series, I have to read the whole thing because everything that happens, like the book prior, kind of just out of my head. So definitely want to maybe pick up a couple of series. I don't know. I'm also anticipating any releases, see what's good. I just kind of want to enjoy, again, the year, mood read, have fun. My goal for the year is 100 books. I'm not being strict with it. I feel like sometimes I do kind of beat myself up if I'm behind, but it's fine. You know, life happens, and I'm just excited to keep reading. Hopefully this wasn't too all over the place. I'm hoping to definitely bring books into my channel a lot more. So if you like this, please like the video. And I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching.